On the September 1st episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, tensions erupt across Los Angeles as tangled desires, secrets, and romantic standoffs take center stage. At Forrester Creations, Hope Logan finds herself at the heart of a relentless tug-of-war between Liam Spencer and Carter Walton. While Ivy Forrester's presence stirs emotional chaos that only deepens Hope's confusion. Simultaneously, Luna Nozawa's world shifts dramatically as she contemplates whether she's carrying Will Spencer's child. With all these storylines on a collision course, every character is being pulled to the brink and no one is guaranteed a happy ending. The day begins at Forrester Creations, where Hope arrives visibly weighed down by the uncertainty in her heart. She has tried to move forward with Carter. On paper, he is everything she could want: loyal, grounded, deeply in love with her. He offers stability, marriage, and a future that is defined and structured. And yet, Liam lingers. His history with Hope, the father of her daughter Beth, the man she's both loved and lost more times than she can count, refuses to disappear. And today, he's ready for a fight. Ivy Forrester makes her entrance, dressed for business, but clearly carrying emotional baggage. She doesn't mince words. She believes Hope is lying to herself, clinging to Carter while her heart is clearly still with Liam. Ivy tells Hope bluntly that Liam has rejected her again, and that should mean something. Ivy is no longer interested in chasing Liam, but she believes Hope deserves to know that he isn't playing games anymore. Liam has eyes only for Hope. Hope tries to remain composed, but Ivy's words cut deep. There's a flicker of something in her eyes: doubt, nostalgia, maybe regret. Ivy leaves, but the damage is done. Soon after, Liam appears. He's just dropped Beth off at daycare, but it's clear he's not there for pleasantries. He tells Hope that seeing her again, seeing their daughter light up at the thought of her family being together, has stirred something deep inside him. He's no longer running. He's no longer confused. He wants Hope back. He wants their family whole. He doesn't just say the words, means them. There's conviction in his voice, clarity in his expression. This isn't the Liam who once wavered between women. This is a man with one goal: win Hope back. Hope listens. She hears the sincerity in his voice. She doesn't respond right away, but she doesn't shut him down either. That's enough for Liam. For now. But there's someone who isn't about to let Liam steal the spotlight. Carter arrives just as Liam is leaving. He's polite, but barely. The tension is immediate and electric. Carter confronts Liam, accusing him of swooping in to destroy something that doesn't belong to him anymore. Hope has made a choice, he argues, and that choice is Carter. The engagement is real. The wedding is imminent. Carter isn't just proposing love, he's offering a future. Liam fires back. She's not your wife, he says flatly. Not yet. Which means I'm not done fighting. Carter's jaw tightens. It's clear this is no longer just about Hope. It's about pride, competition, and territory. The two men are at war, and Hope is the battlefield. Back at the Forrester guest house, another complicated relationship is unfolding. Will Spencer and Electra have just shared their first night together. For Electra, it was electric. She's glowing, playful, hopeful. But for Will, something is off. He's distant, distracted, trying too hard to be present. The reason? The masked woman. Last night, after the party, Will encountered something near something that he can't shake. A woman wearing a mask entered his room. Whether it was a dream, a hallucination, or something more sinister remains unclear. But her presence haunts him. Her voice, her scent, her aura, can't forget it. And it's beginning to drive a wedge between him and Electra. Electra notices. She tries to engage him, joke with him, draw him out. But his mind keeps drifting. Still, he does his best to push past it. He doesn't want to ruin something that might be good. Meanwhile, Luna is dealing with a revelation of her own. She's been keeping a secret that's rapidly growing harder to ignore. She suspects she might be pregnant. And not just pregnant with Will Spencer's child. The timing is a mess. The situation is fragile, but she can't hide from it any longer. She sneaks out to get supplies, making sure no one sees her. Her hands shake as she returns home and locks the door. She unwraps the pregnancy test, heart pounding. Every second feels like an hour. The wait is excruciating. And then a result. The camera lingers on Luna's face. Her lips part. Her eyes widen. The screen cuts to black. The answer is clear. Luna is pregnant. This development will set off shockwaves across the Spencer family. Will's involvement with Elektra is already hanging by a thread, and Luna's pregnancy will destroy whatever peace remains. But for now, Luna keeps the news to herself. She needs time. She needs to figure out her next move. Back at Forrester Creations, hope is spiraling. Carter is pressing for a date, a real one. He wants to move forward. She tells him she needs time, but it's clear he's growing impatient. She steps outside for air and thinks back to what Liam said. She remembers the moments, the charade family, the history, the love that never fully faded. She closes her eyes and imagines what it would be like to go back. Not to the drama, not to the betrayals, but to the version of Liam who just wants to love her and raise Beth together. It's a tempting vision, and for a brief moment, she lets herself believe it's possible. But reality snaps her back. Carter is waiting. Her future with him is stable, calm, defined. Is that what she truly wants or just what she thinks she should want? The day ends with multiple cliffhangers. Luna hiding a pregnancy. Will haunted by a masked stranger. Hope torn between two men. Liam unwilling to back down. Carter unwilling to wait. Ivy watching from the sidelines, perhaps not as uninvolved as she claims. And somewhere in the shadows, someone is keeping secrets that will blow everything apart. The coming days will be explosive. As Luna grapples with motherhood, Will must face the consequences of his night with Elektra and the mystery woman. Hope must decide between the man who offers her the future and the one who holds her past. And Liam and Carter are barreling toward a showdown with emotional and romantic stakes neither of them fully understand. No matter which path each character chooses, the cost will be high. And in true bold and the beautiful fashion, no one will come out of it unscathed. Tomorrow's promises are already unraveling, and today's secrets, they won't stay secret for long. John Finnegan Tanner Novlin had long prided himself on being an observant mancam, methodical, trained to pick up on subtle signs others missed. And lately, all the signs pointed to something being terribly off with his adoptive mother, Dr. Lee Finnegan Naomi Matsuda. It started with the abrupt leave of absence. Lee had never been one to abandon her post at the hospital lightly. She was fiercely dedicated to her work, and her sudden withdrawal set off alarm bells. But when she brushed it off with vague explanations and promises to return soon, Finn gave her the benefit of the doubt. Still, her phone calls became less frequent. She grew distant, detached, distracted, and the silence between them stretched longer each week. As a trauma doctor, Finn had learned to trust his instincts, and his gut told him something was deeply wrong. What he didn't know, what no one knew, is that Lee had been hiding someone. Someone whose very existence shattered everything Finn thought he knew about his life. Luna Nozawa Lisa Yamada, presumed dead, was not only alive, she was recovering in secret under Lee's care. And Luna wasn't just any patient. She was family. She was Finn's daughter. But that revelation had yet to come. Lee had taken every precaution. She kept Luna isolated, using every ounce of her medical training to nurse her back from the brink. The girl had survived against all odds. Her escape had been harrowing, her injuries extensive. The psychological trauma alone had left her fragile. But Lee had been resolute, no one could know. Not yet. Not even Finn. Sheila Carter Kimberlyn Brown had discovered the secret by accident. She'd barged in unannounced, driven by her own twisted motivations, and found Luna recovering in a hidden room at Lee's property. Rather than expose the truth, Sheila made a deal. One of silence. A pact built on mutual interest. And perhaps, On some level, guilt. After all, Sheila knew what it meant to lose a child or believe you had. Now, the two women unlikely allies were walking a razor's edge of deception. But secrets never stay buried forever. And Finn, growing increasingly concerned about Lee's behavior, was about to start digging. One afternoon, he made a decision. He wouldn't call. He wouldn't text. He'd just show up. He needed to see his mother face to face, hear her voice, look into her eyes. He had questions, and he needed answers. As he pulled up to Lee's house, a strange unease settled over him. The curtains were drawn. The air around the place felt charged. He knocked. No response. He knocked again, louder. A moment later, the door creaked open. "Mom," he called out. From inside, Lee's voice trembled. "Finn, what are you doing here? I needed to see you." "You've been gone, and I'm worried." Lee stepped into view, clearly startled. She looked thinner, wearier than usual. "I told you, I'm just taking some time. I needed a break. That's all." But Finn wasn't convinced. "This isn't like you. You don't just disappear. And I know something's wrong. Please, talk to me." Before she could respond, a faint noise echoed from down the hall. A cough, soft but unmistakable. Finn turned his head. "What was that?" Lee froze. "Just the TV." "I'll turn it off." But Finn was already moving, driven by instinct, by curiosity, by the sense that something was just beyond his reach, waiting to be uncovered. He followed the sound to a partially closed door. Behind it was a dimly lit room, and lying in the bed, pale but alive, was a young woman, Luna. His breath caught in his throat. For a moment, his brain couldn't process what he was seeing. "Luna," he whispered. The girl stirred, eyes fluttering open. "Dad!" It hit him like a thunderclap. The face he never thought he'd see again. The voice he'd only heard in dreams. She was alive. He staggered back, heart pounding, eyes wide. "How?" Lee rushed forward. "Finn, wait, please," he can explain. But he was already reeling. The room was spinning. "You knew. All this time, you knew and didn't tell me?" Lee's voice cracked. "I had to protect her. You don't know what she's been through. It wasn't safe." "It still might not be." Finn looked between them, the betrayal cutting deep. "You lied to me. I saved her." Lee shot back. "I brought her back from the dead. I gave up everything, my job, my life to make sure she survived. And you never thought I deserved to know." Before Lee could answer, another voice echoed behind them. Because she wasn't the only one keeping secrets. Sheila. She stepped into the room like a ghost materializing from thin air, her presence instantly toxic. Finn's face twisted in disbelief and rage. "You? What the hell are you doing here?" Sheila raised her hands in mock surrender. "Relax. I'm not here to hurt anyone. I found out about Luna by accident, and I kept my mouth shut. That's more than you'd expect from me, right?" Finn was stunned. "You're working with her," he said to Lee, voice raw with disbelief. "You let her be part of this." "It wasn't like that," Lee insisted. "I didn't have a choice. She showed up. She threatened everything." Sheila interjected, smirking. "I actually helped. Maybe I'm not the monster everyone thinks I am." But Finn wasn't hearing it. He turned back to Luna, who was now sitting up, her expression filled with fear and shame. "I wanted to tell you," she whispered. "Every day. I didn't know how. I thought maybe. Someday." His expression softened. "You're alive. That's all that matters right now." But the questions kept coming. Why had Luna been hidden? Who had hurt her? What danger was she still in? And how far was Lee willing to go to keep the truth under wraps? As the storm of emotions raged, Finn realized this was only the beginning. The truth was finally in the open, but the fallout would be immense. Families would be torn apart, loyalties tested, and Shylaver the opportunist would find a way to twist this chaos to her advantage. Finn had to make a choice. stand with his daughter and demand justice for the lies and betrayal, try to protect the fragile peace that had kept her alive this long. But peace built on secrets was never real. And now the reckoning had begun. Luna's survival would ripple through every relationship in her orbit. Her return from the dead would shake the very foundations of the Finnegan family. And Sheila's involvement, that would send shockwaves through the Forresters, Logans, and beyond. This wasn't just a miracle. It was a reckoning. And Finn, whether he liked it or not, was at the center of it all.
Oh.